This is the life. Alrighty, fellow travelers, welcome back to the Adventures of a Traveling Don. My name is Benjamin O, and we have gone back international, guys. That's right, we are here in Mexico, in Playa del Carmen specifically. Now, I'm going to be getting out across Playa del Carmen, be doing a couple different videos, maybe either Xcaret, Cozumel, things like that, and then we're going to go ahead back up to Cancun, and then across from Cancun to Mexico City through several states of Mexico. However, the first thing that we're doing here is we are staying for the first 5 nights here in the Playa del Carmen Hilton all-inclusive resort, and I'm gonna give you a full rundown of this beautiful resort and what I've been doing for the last few days. All right, guys? Well, let's go ahead and have a great time in this all-inclusive, adults-only resort. Okay, so when you first arrive here at the Hilton Playa, you're obviously going to check in, and it's a fairly easy process. It does take a little bit of time just because they kind of go over everything that you're going to need to know about the resort. I mean, the resort is absolutely huge. They have hundreds of rooms here. It's just a massive complex. But yeah, you check in, they'll have like little snacks there when you first arrive. Delicious kind of like mint, cucumber, lime water just sitting there. And then they actually, there was a girl that brought over some delicious lemonade. I can tell you, it was really, really good. But yeah, it's a simple process. They go ahead and give you a wristband that you're supposed to wear the whole time while you're here. I guess that's a little annoying, but you know what? It gives you all your stuff for free, which is kind of paid into the package. So you always want to keep that wristband on you. Because if you don't, then you obviously can't get into any of the places and get your drinks and all that stuff. Although, if for some reason it gets cut or you lose it, you can probably just go up to the front desk and get a new one. But yeah, once you're in there, you go into the atrium. If you're missing anything, there's a couple of different shops there that you can go ahead and grab some shirts, hats, make your whole transformation. Of course, if you need sunscreen, you weren't able to bring your sunscreen, get that as well, all that kind of good stuff. So there's a lot of stuff to do in that first atrium. Oh, also, when you do check in, after you go to your room, go back to the atrium in the front area. They'll tell you to go to like the gourmet dining experience. You want to book reservations for dinner. Breakfast and lunch is not a problem, but everybody is usually back in the resort from being out and about in town at dinner time. So if you want to book reservations for dinner, you gotta always make them for pretty much every night that you are here. Okay, so when you're at any hotel or resort, one of the biggest things you want to know about is what's the rooms like? Well, let me tell you right now, the rooms here are absolutely fantastic. We got the first floor swim-up room, and it's very spacious, very clean, very nice. It's kind of like marble tiles all over the place, very cozy. The bed, oh my God, one of the best hotel beds I think I've ever slept in. I slept like a baby last night. And then of course you have this is my favorite perk, is they have a jet bathtub in there. Whoo, that is absolutely fantastic. You want to talk about just, if you have a long day out, whether you go to Cozumel, Tulum, or even walking around Playa, your feet hurt at the end of the day. Just sit and relax in your own little jet bathtub. It's perfection. And of course, it has a beautiful bathroom, has a rain shower, which is really cool. I love those. And then a little small little fridge that usually has a little mini bar, sodas, some beers. Of course, I got my Tecate where I'm outside here on my deck enjoying. Cheers to you guys. But it's just this very nice spacious room. And of course, the balcony right here on this first floor is what is most important. And that is, of course, the swim-up part of the swim-up suite. Right here, as you can see. This is outside. That's the balcony door. You have the little hammock there. And I've got my chair and my access to my own little private spot of this swim-up pool. You want to talk about bougie? I'm being bougie right now. But yeah, this is the Swim Up Junior Suite here. And I'll give you the price of this whole experience. We're here for 5 days. Each night for 2 of us. You have all the food and everything. This spot, it's a little over $500 a night. You know, relatively expensive, but honestly, you think about like places like a JW Marriott in Chicago or New York, something like that. I mean, my little hotel that I did when I was in Boston a couple months ago was $350 a night. And it was this tiny little room with no other amenities. So $500 a night for all of this? Not bad at all. So by the way, if you need a listing of fitness programs, nightly activities, the boards here that you have right here behind me, that will have all the information for the times per day, who's playing, who's doing what. So come up to the front if you ever need any of that information. So if you're lucky enough to get one of these suites that has the swim-up pool, that's fantastic. But most of the suites here at the Hilton Playa don't have a pool connected to them necessarily. So the main pool is where you want to go, and that is where all the fun is to be had. Like the main pool is where you go, and like this afternoon when I went by, they were shooting out like bubble bath cannons and stuff like that. It was like a bunch of bubbles just hitting the pool. It's fantastic. They had girls dancing, they had the DJ playing. They've got a couple of different bars in that area, and then of course they do have a secondary pool on the west side, kind of like if you're looking at the atrium for the for front desk and all that. It's gonna be on your right hand side. But that's a secondary one, a little bit smaller. But the main pool is where all the fun is at, where they do all the activities, all the fun stuff. That's where the DJ's playing. And of course, right next to that is the beach. So by the way, in case you're curious and you have a question about the chairs and the cabanas, both here on their beach side and then also in the pool, I believe any of the long chairs that are separated away from the cabanas are free for you to use. If they have a towel draped over it, usually it's free, or like a clean towel. If it looks like a dirty towel, probably someone is using it. But those are free to use with your wristband. However, if you want one of the cabanas, you do generally have to reserve those, and they do cost a little bit of an extra charge as well. So that's just kind of the rule with the chairs and the cabanas, both here on the beach and also in the pool. Also, just remember, even if you're not staying at the Hilton Playa, the beachfront itself, no beach is private as far as I'm aware in Mexico, as far as I'm aware. So you can walk up and down the beach, of course. It's just that you can't use these unless you're staying here. So, but that's just the rules when it comes to the cabanas and the chairs. Also, if you need to wash off your feet or your bum or anything like that, the Hilton, of course, does have here their own little quick shower. If you're gonna go from beach to pool, they do recommend, it's like, please clean off all the sand so the sand doesn't get in the pool. So obviously one of the most important amenities any hotel can have is having a gym, particularly an all-inclusive place like this where you're eating and drinking as much as you want, plus going out in the playa and getting the local food as well. You gotta have a way to shut off some of those calories, if you so choose. Like myself, I kind of failed at the end of this summer and basically gained back most of what I did at the beginning of the summer. So you know what? I'm using Mexico, as hard as it probably will be, to try and get myself back into shape, at least the shape I was at the peak of this past summer, if not even better, because I want to be in better shape. But they have an excellent gym in there, any kind of machine you want. They also have spin classes, they have yoga classes, they do all the different type of workout classes that you can think of. And there are dates and times for all of that you can check out up at the front. But yeah, the gym here is awesome. like most resorts, this one does have its own spa. It's the Inan Wellness and Spa. And I tell you what, it is absolutely fantastic. I just got done with my 80-minute Mayan massage. Oh my God, it was amazing. I do recommend if you make a reservation, whether it's for a facial, a massage, whatever you're doing, come a little bit early, say like about 15 to 30 minutes early, and they will let you go into the infrared sauna, or they'll let you go into the vapor steam room. I spent about 10 minutes in there just kind of getting a nice sweat on before washing off and then going into my massage. But I will tell you, it is absolutely amazing. I wasn't able to get a lot of footage in there just because it was very dimly lit. I only have my GoPro. And also, at the same time, I was basically turning into a human puddle of goo because it was just, oh my God, they were just kneading into it. It was fantastic. I will say, I did get a little bit of my reaction when my legs were getting done. Yeah. Yeah. That was that good. So, yeah, if you are definitely here and you want a spa day, definitely check out Inan. So one thing I do really appreciate about this place is just the amount of like greenery, little gardens, ferns just all over the spot, and these beautiful little statues as well that just kind of dot throughout the whole area. It's just absolutely fantastic. Like, they did a great job when they set this place up. By the way, if you decide to have a special event here, or I think occasionally they'll throw special stuff up here as well, the Infinity Deck is a great spot, even just when nothing's going on. You just get this kind of like elevated view of the whole coastline here and Playa del Carmen. This is absolutely gorgeous, but I'm guessing because you have this like altar here behind me, it's a mixture of probably for live bands, DJs, or even maybe wedding ceremonies. I know they have those packages. So if you're looking to get married and you want a coast spot, this is definitely one place to come. Now, of course, the most important thing you want to know when you're at an all-inclusive resort: where am I eating? Where am I drinking? Let me show you. So one spot for breakfast and also for lunch is here at Spice, and this is the buffet here at the resort. There's a couple other places that do lunch and breakfast. It's kind of more sit down, but if you want the buffet style, this is the place. Now, if you want more of a sit-down experience when it comes to breakfast, come over to the far side of the resort. It's called Pelicanos. This is a sit-down restaurant. They got a great kind of like Mexican, Caribbean-style breakfast, and it is right next to Rincon Mexicano. They're actually basically connected. I think they use probably close to the same kitchen, but Pelicanos is the one that is open for breakfast. This is the only restaurant in the entire resort, Pelicanos, that is open from breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Everywhere else either does lunch and dinner, or breakfast and lunch when it comes to Spice. So yeah, if you want food at any particular time, Pelicanos is the place to go. And I'll say this, it is fantastic breakfast. You get fresh, beautiful juice. You can get amazing fruit plates. They bring out like a little bread assortment of breads for you. And of course, I ordered my meal is the eggs rancheros, which is just delicious fried medium egg on top of corn tortillas with a little avocado. Give you guys a little taste there. Oh yeah. That is good ranchero. So there's about 3 spots that you can do here at the Hilton Playa del Carmen, and the first one that I'm going to be showing you is the Rincon Mexicano, and this is Mexican cuisine with almost like more of a small plate style. I believe Pelicanos just got a little bit more bigger entrees and stuff, but this is the place, I guess, where you want to go here if you want the tacos without going into the city itself, which I do highly recommend when you're talking about food here. But you do want to try, of course, they give you a little plate with the guacamole and a nice bean dip. Absolutely fantastic. And of course, you got to get your cocktails. Vallado Cocktail is basically tequila with, I believe it's like orange juice and lime, a little simple syrup. Absolutely fantastic. And then of course, you're here in Mexico, you gotta have tacos at some point. So I went ahead and got myself traditional style street tacos with the Mexican sausage and skirt steak as well. So bottoms up and cheers to you guys. Oh, that is good. They give me like a green hot salsa to go on top. Just adds a little bit of heat, and you get the freshness of the radishes and the cucumbers in there. Those are some good tacos. So while your room does have really good coffee set up, and if you do want to, when you're at the buffets like Spice or whatnot, you want coffee there, you can get it. However, the best place on campus is called Aromas, and just gotta get yourself an Americano, or like Mom, get yourself a cappuccino, right? Cheers, Mom. Caffeine to you guys. Ooh, that's nice. So when it comes to dinner, you have several different options. There's at least 6 total of the 7 restaurants that offer dinner. I'm gonna show you these ones that we went to on this trip. So if you're into or looking for Asian while you're here at the Hilton Playa Del Carmen, come to Asiana. It's the only restaurant that is in kind of technically a separate building. It is out the front door and right off the street here on 5th Avenue, and it is only for guests only, so there's no problem with any of that. But it is absolutely fantastic for a Asian style restaurant in Mexico. This is amazing. So it's like, I got things like the edamame, I got of course some nigiri, some spicy tuna roll, and then the piece de resistance is, now all of that is included. However, if you want to do some of the premium stuff, you do have to pay for it. For 25 bucks, you can get 2 slices of A5 Wagyu style Japanese beef in kind of like a sushi form. So it's on top of the rice. They basically will cook it right at your table, however you want to try that. So you do a nice little mid-rare on that real quick. Let's give that a try. Oh, that steak just melted in the mouth. That is absolutely fantastic. Yeah, if you're into Asian, or you want an Asian night while you're here, come here to Asiana. Absolutely fantastic. They got a great wine list, including several Mexican wines as well. So cheers to you guys, and here's the Asiana. Well done, guys. So if you're looking to get a Mediterranean fix in, the great restaurant here is the Kalamata. And that's actually in a separate building that's partially away from the main resort, but it is still part of the whole. But Kalamata is kind of nice just because it has a mixture of buffet and entrees. So when you sit down, you order your food, you order your drink, you order your soup, and you order your entree. And then they have a buffet full of cold cuts, so like mortadella, Iberico ham. So it's like all Mediterranean. It's not just Italy or Greece. It is also, you have a little bit of Israeli flair in there, Lebanese flair, because you do have hummus. You have a whole list of different things on there. Like I mix it up where I got a little bit of mortadella, I got some Gouda cheese, I got for my entree I got the Galician grilled octopus, which was fantastic. For my soup I got a nice cold tomato gazpacho, which was amazing. On my little beginner's plate as well, I had bread with like olive oil and like freshly shaped parm from the parm wheel. It was absolutely fantastic. So yeah, if you're into more of a Mediterranean fix, Kalamata is the way to go here at the Hilton Playa Del Carmen. So if you're looking for the fancy dining when it comes to Hilton Playa, the best place, and honestly to me in our entire time here, the best restaurant for me has been Chef's Plate. Now this is a place that you actually have to do a reservation for specifically, and it also is a slight charge. It doesn't come just naturally with the bracelet. They do charge you for it. However, it is well worth it. You do want to dress a little more smart, not just smart casual, but you know, gentlemen, button-up shirt, ladies, nice shirt, pants, or a skirt or a dress. But it is well worth the experience. The service is immaculate. The wine list is amazing. And they usually have, every week they change up the menu, but it's about a 5-course menu. You have your amuse-bouche to start off. Today it was like this corn puff pastry with a little bit of like pork belly stew inside. The appetizer, you have 2 different choices for both appetizer and entree. I had the bluefin tuna, which was absolutely just, it was fresh, it was absolutely fantastic. And then of course they have these delicious little small tiny bread rolls with like this truffle butter that was, oh my god, that was amazing. And then for the main course I had, or excuse me, for the soup, I had the roasted tomato soup, which they give almost like, it almost looks like a macaroon, but it's a little tiny cheese and basil sandwich that they put right in the center, and you just add it's fantastic. And then of course the main dish you have either, tonight we had the beef tenderloin from my mom, and I had the Chilean sea bass, one of the best Chilean sea basses I ever had, with this black rice that, it's just regular rice with calamari and I believe it was clams in there, and then they just kind of like sauteed it up with squid ink to get the black color to it, and it was, the base was a nice fish broth, which was amazing. And then of course dessert, they always finish off with a nice dessert. Tonight was the tres leches cake. What an experience. Yeah, if you're here at the Hilton Playa, you want a fancy night out, it's a little extra, but well worth the experience and the service here at Chef's Plate. All right, so for the last of the dinner-only places here at the Hilton Playa del Carmen All-Inclusive Resort is Ma Patrona, and it is like an upscale, authentic-style Mexican place. Aesthetically, honestly, it is one of the most beautiful restaurants I think I've ever been in. Just like there's a bunch of art all along the walls. It's just absolutely amazing. I love the way that they set the interior decor up. It's just absolutely gorgeous. And the food is phenomenal. I started off with like a beet salad. It's like baked beets with orange wedges, a little bit of hibiscus reduction. That was really nice. Appetizer was cochinitas, which I've never actually had before. It was like a pork stew. I think it's Yucatan, from the Yucatan region, which I'll be going to in about a week or so. But yeah, it's like marinated pork stew with like local sour oranges, and they wrap it up in like plantain leaves. It was really good. They serve it with just some tortillas, fresh tortillas, and you basically almost make it like a little taco. It's fantastic. But the star of that show tonight was the entree. That was the pork shank. It was a massive pork shank. I was like, holy crap, when that came out. It looked like a, you know, from the Flintstones, one of those meat on the bones. It was absolutely massive, but it was really good. It was very simple. It had a little chili sauce on there, coming with tortillas, but it was so tender. Like, you just put the fork to it, didn't need a knife, and it just went, ooh, just cut through it just beautifully, and the flavor of that pork was amazing. So yeah, Ma Patrona. I still like Chef's Plate just because of the style of service. It was a little bit extra there, but I'd say probably Ma Patrona is my second favorite of the you know, the 4 places that we went that were specifically only dinner. Really good, well done. I mean, this whole dining experience has been amazing. So when it comes to the bars that are in combination with the pool itself, you of course have 2 of them. You have the pool bar, which is literally in the pool, and then of course you have the main bar, which is Trade Winds, right here next to both pools. And of course, if you ever come here, make sure you tip Mr. Roberto. He'll take good care of you. Pours a good mezcal. So to me, what I would consider is the main bar of this hotel and resort is Cantina La Mejorada. And it's really kind of cool. It's got that, like, it's definitely Yucatan, Quintana Roo, almost kind of like jungle vibes in here. It is awesome. Like, I just love the decor of it in and of itself. And of course, you have anything from, it's a full bar. You can get anything that you want here. Got a great tequila selection, mezcal selection. And then of course, myself, I'm on a red wine kick as of right now. So cheers to you guys. And this is a red wine from Spain. But yeah,
when you're here, the main bar that you want to come to is, outside of the pool, of course, is, of course, like I said, Cantina La Mejorada. Now, of course, you being in Mexico, if you want to do tequila while you're here at the Hilton Playa Del Carmen, right underneath the aqueduct, right as you're coming outside of the main atrium, underneath it is the tequila. So this is, personally for me, my favorite bar here. That's really, really fun. You know, all the bars have tequila in general, but this has like all the like high-end stuff. You do have to pay extra charge for some of the good stuff. Like I got myself the Jose Cuervo Reserva de la Familia. Never been a big fan of just traditional Jose Cuervo, but we're gonna try this anejo right here because I always love good anejo. Ooh, almost smells a little whiskey-ish, to be honest with you. Oh, that's good. That's a sipping tequila right there. You don't need ice, you don't need anything. That is fantastic. Reserva de Familia, that's my first time having that. That is amazing.
Now, of course, at the end of the night, most of the bars and restaurants here at the Hilton Playa del Carmen are closed by 11. If you want a drink after that and you want a party, then you gotta come here to the 24-hour lounge. They serve alcohol till 1 a.m. So let's go in and party, shall we? Alrighty guys, so that is going to be it for the hotel review here at the Hilton Playa del Carmen all-inclusive adults-only resort. I had a blast here. These 5 days have been absolutely amazing, exactly what I needed to get my Mexico trip started. It's going to be kind of weird going forward because it's like I'm so spoiled here, and from this point on, outside of my next 2 days in Cancun, we're at a a nice apartment resort. Everything else is going to be Airbnbs, which is going to be more authentic to me and authentic to you guys. But it is, you get so spoiled with the place like this. It's like, how do I live? How do I even go back home after all of this? But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I look forward to many videos coming up across Mexico. But in the meantime, I will see you guys on the next adventure. Until then, make sure that you like the video if you like the video. And if you haven't already subscribed, hit that subscribe button and that notification bell just to know when any of my new videos come up. There's a lot of good stuff coming up shortly. But anyway, guys, I will see you on the next adventure. Until then, peace out and have a great night.